Hello, friends, and welcome to this very special uh, lecture today. This is Meter Made Easy by Winner's Edge. We stay with us till the end, and I hope many things that are said to be difficult will become very easy. Definitions first. So, to begin with, English has the accentual syllabic meter, in which the number of syllables are counted and the number of accents and their patterns. Together, they decide the meter. Meter is actually coming from the word metron, that is the measurement. And a measure is the name for a regularly accented group of syllables arranged in lines. It is the abstract model for feet. Abstract has to be remembered. And rhythm comes from rio, that is to flow. It is the measured movement of language that is in the periodical recurrence of accents and pauses. It is actually available to ears. So, abstract versus actually available, meter versus rhythm. The common types of feet or the common types of meter are iambic, that is unstressed and stressed syllables per foot. Iapto means I assail, and iambic foot was very much used originally in satiric poetry, therefore iambic. It's the most commonly used meter in English poetry because of its adaptability and smoothness. Then there is trochaic. Trecho means run. It's stressed followed by unstressed syllable. It's a brisk and tripping movement. Then we've got three syllables in dactylic: stressed, unstressed, and unstressed. Dactylos means finger. So like a finger, it has one long division, the first one, and two shorter ones. So you may remember it with finger two, one long and two short divisions. And then we have Anna. Anna is back and Paco is strike. So anapestic, that is striking back the dactyl, that is unstressed, unstressed, stressed syllable. It's the most commonly used trisyllabic English meter. Meter is classified on the basis of its being rising or falling, and on the basis of its being duple or triple. So iambic and anapestic meter, they rise at the end. Why? Because there is a stress at the end. And trochaic and dactylic, they fall at the end because unstressed syllable is at the end. Iambic and trochaic has two syllables per foot, so duple meter. Anapest and dactyl, they have three syllables per foot, so triple meter. Now the examples. I will try to make it rhythmic so that it's easy for you to understand. There will be tutorials if you demand for them, specifically if you want to mark the stresses and to count the feet, actual scansion kind of thing. At present, I'm keeping it simple. Meter made easy, you see. So just listen with your ears, or you can count the beats if you want. I am in poetry. Uh, the copybook example is, of course, Gray's Elegy. The curfew tolls the knell of parting day. The lowing herd winds slowly o'er the lea. The ploughman homeward plods his weary way, and leaves the world to darkness and to me. So as you see, the number of beats and the pattern of beats, as I said, decides the meter. So in this case, the is unstressed, ka is stressed. So unstressed, stressed, and the pattern is repeated. Let's repeat this whole thing. Know then thyself, presume not God to scan. Pope's essay on man. The proper study of mankind is man. Now Tennyson's Ulysses, made weak by time and fate, but strong in will, to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield, and so on. So, of course, there are variations, but this happens to be the most common meter in English poetry. Then we have come to Trochi, for example, and the most famous one is Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. I'll give the beat. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Incidentally, this poem was written in response to The Tiger by William Blake, which goes like this. Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night. So this is stressed, unstressed, stressed, unstressed beat. And you can see it. Fair is foul and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and fill the air. Then you've got while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. Raven, earth receive an honored guest. William Yeats is laid to rest. In memory of W.B. Yeats. I hope you are liking it. Now, if you are liking it, please click on like. And I also know that you are very much interested in poetry and this kind of video, so you can subscribe and you'll keep on getting information, and whatever I have to upload, that will reach directly to you. The information you may, if you want, demand for more such videos, demand for whatever thing you want more light thrown upon through email, and material on UPHESC, you can get it through my blog. So now we have reached dactyl in poetry. The example, Tennyson's Charge of Light Brigade, The Lost Leader by Robert Browning and Longfellow's Evangeline. I'll take the middle one. Just for a handful of silver he left us, just for a ribbon to stick in his coat. Now I'll give you the beat, dactyl. This is the forest primeval, the murmuring pines and the hemlocks, bearded with moss and in garments green, indistinct in the twilight. So you can see the beat goes on. Just for a handful of silver he left us, just for a ribbon to stick in his coat. So if you count, just is the stress for unstressed, hand is stressed, full and of unstressed, still is stressed, were and he unstressed, left is stressed, and us is unstressed. But then here you can't count three syllables because the last one is made of two. Just for three, ribbon to three, stick in his three, and coat, not three. So there is some irregularity, but the first 3 feet are totally in dactyl. So it's not that it will follow dactyl, 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 but if the majority of feet are in specific kind of meter, the whole set of lines is called to be some sort of meter. Let's see. Forward the light brigade, charge for the guns, he said. Into the valley of death rode the 600. So let's count. 4 is stressed, word the unstressed, unstressed, light stressed, brigade unstressed, unstressed, charge stressed, for the unstressed, unstressed, guns stressed, he said unstressed, unstressed, in stressed, to the unstressed, unstressed, where, and so on and so forth. You get the pattern, right? And Anapest in poetry. The copybook example, also given in M.H. Abrams, The Destruction of Sennacherib by Lord Byron. The Assyrian came down like the wolf on the fold. I should give the beat, right? This is wonderful. The Syrian came down like the wolf on the fold, and his cohorts were gleaming and purple and gold. Beats. Unstressed, the, unstressed, and stressed, C. And then rain, unstressed, came, unstressed, down, stressed, like the wolf, stressed, on the fold, stressed. So unstressed, unstressed, and stressed. You can see in the special case, the sick rows, I have divided it because in this you've got the last, that is the second foot following the anapaestic pattern. So, O rose, thou art sick, the invisible worm that flies in the night, in the howling storm, has found out thy bed, and so on and so forth. So, the anapaestic is not pure, but it is there. Then 'twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. So if you check, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Unstressed, unstressed, stressed. A monarch of all I survey. My right there is none to dispute. From the center all round to the sea, I'm lord of the fowl and the brute, Anapest in action. Now from number of stresses, that is the kind of foot, we have reached the number of foot or feet per line. Technically beginning with 1 and we'll count up to 7. Okay. So monometer, diameter, trimeter, tetrameter, pentameter, hexameter, and heptameter. Monometer is very rare, but then I've found one for you, 1 foot. That is 1 foot and single metrical unit. Thus I pass by and die is one unknown. So as you can see, I and by and die, they have got the stresses and generally 1 iambic foot per line. Then diameter, the famous Hood's bridge of size. Remember, take her up tenderly. That's how the example is given in M.H. Abrams. I have taken this one specifically for to give you a different sample from Abrams. So, who was her father? Who was her mother? Had she a sister? Had she a brother? So it's a combination of two kind of feet, but 2 feet. So who was her? 3 syllables. Father, 2 syllables. So 3 syllabic, trisyllabic and disyllabic is a mixture. And then you've got Shelley's to a skylark. Hail to thee, blithe spirit, bird thou never wert, that from heaven or near it pourest thy full heart. This is trimeter. And then we've got tetrameter 4, that is 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. Tetrameter is common. Even in literary ballads, uh, I mean, not the book, the ballads that are literary kind. For example, Coleridge's Ancient Mariner. One line is trimeter and the other is in tetrameter. So, water everywhere, and all the boards did shrink. Water everywhere, nor any drop to drink, and so on and so forth. And now we have come to the most common kind of meter, pentameter. So, shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Classic iambic pentameter. And then we come to hexameter, not very common, but then, for example, Longfellow's Evangeline, hexameter. So this is the forest primeval, the murmuring pines and the hemlocks, bearded with moss and in garments green, indistinct in the twilight, and so on it goes. We can break it and find the hexameter. And then the Spenserian stanza, the last line, Alexandrine, that's also an example. And then we come very uncommon heptameter. This is one that I like in heptameter. So this is the example that I've given. The autumn day its course has run by Charlotte Bronte. The autumn day its course has run, the autumn evening falls. Already risen the autumn moon gleams quiet on these walls, and twilight to my lonely house a silent guest is come. So this is 7 feet per line, heptameter. Now the question is, and the one question that's very interesting is how to scan. That's also very formulaic. You only need to mark the accents. So read the verse aloud, mark the accented syllables. Let their count be A, for example. Then count the total number of syllables. Let their count be S. Now find S divided by A. If it's close to 2, the feet are disyllabic. If it's close to 3, then the feet are trisyllabic. Then actually divide feet using vertical lines to show their demarcation. Notice irregularities, and the prevailing variety is given, giving the verse its name. So if a lot of feet are in pentameter, and the number of feet that is, and the type is iamb, so we'll call it iambic pentameter. You can contact us, as I said, through mail. This is the blog at which you can get more material. You can join the Facebook group, and of course don't forget to like and subscribe. So thank you very much. Tell us how you liked it, and yes, if you want separate tutorials on separate sections like how to mark which kind of lines are iambic and which kind of lines are trochaic, or how to actually scan any kind of line and find out what kind of predominant foot is there or meter is there, do put it in the comment box, and I do think something can be worked out on that. So thank you very much.